Taking a peek at stocks, the Dow Jones is down about 277 points. We saw it drop even lower, closer to 300 earlier on in the session. Recovered some of those losses. Now it's dropping back down. These numbers, of course, not good, but what we saw on Friday was very bad. That's when the Dow Jones dropped by 666 points. So this week we're seeing if the markets can recoup those major losses.
Some of those other tech stocks are coming back up. According to the U.S. Treasury Department, 90% of Americans will see a higher paycheck because of the recent tax bill. And for many people, that increase was seen on Friday, with more to come in the next 2 weeks.
But that boost in pay could mean some changes to your tax bracket, and you might need to make some changes to your W-4.
All right, for more on this, we are joined live by Rebecca Walser, tax attorney and financial advisor. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning.
So let's talk about the increase in the paycheck, because it was kind of the talk around here Friday, people noticing a couple extra bucks. What about the W-4? What should do we need to go out there and get a new one?
So it's interesting. The IRS has temporarily made the W-4. They've changed the withholding tables so that the existing W-4 will actually work for now. They are saying that if you have a more complicated situation, if you itemize, those types of things, that you will need to go to the IRS calculator at the end of the month. It should be updated. Double check your withholdings with the new calculator and then change your W-4 accordingly. But for now, the withholding tables have been made so that you don't have to actually update your W-4 at this time.
Got it.
One of the biggest fears that people have is that they will not deduct enough, and then come April 15th next year, because this April 15th is from last year, but next year people will have to pay because they haven't had enough withheld. How can we avoid doing that?
Yeah, the biggest way to avoid doing that is to make sure that if you're not comfortable with the calculation, obviously most people are seeing a little bit more money in their check, double check the IRS calculator at the end of February, and that will let you know what you should be withholding. And if you're still wanting to be a little extra cautious, you could withhold a little bit more than that, just so that you're in a more of a refund situation as opposed to an underpayment situation.
Rebecca, I used to love getting a big fat refund check until I figured out that I'd been loaning Uncle Sam my money interest-free. Do you think Americans are too averse to having to pay a little bit in April?
Yeah, it's a great question, and people don't realize that's what they're doing, right? The government has been holding their money and giving it back to them, and they just feel like, a lot of people, so it's a good way to force savings, if you're not a good saver and you would like to have that big refund check every year, then you can still basically overpay and then get that refund. But I do think you're right. We don't save enough, and so this is a forced way of making it happen. And another way to do that would be to have automatic transfer of money from your, checking account to your savings account, and you'd be able to do the same thing.
So if I do get a refund, what's the best avenue? Where should I put that money in these days? Where am I going to get a bigger return down the road?
Well, gosh, the market is going up right now. We're worried about inflation and interest rates going up. So that's why you're seeing this stock pullback, and people are a little bit worried about rates maybe going up 4 times this year instead of 3 times. So, and we've had a very long bull run here. We're at the 9 years of a long bull run, second longest bull run in our history. So to tell people to go into the market right now is a little bit, it's not exactly what we want to do. We have to wait and see how this goes. We do expect a correction. We do need a correction to happen. So if after the correction, that's when we want to buy in, right? We want to buy in low and sell high.
Rebecca, real quick, we're just about out of time, but what about rising interest rates? I think a lot of people, and investors specifically, don't like that. What about the average person? Should you try and get a mortgage now? Or what should we do because of these interest rates going up?
Yeah, if you're trying to buy real estate, you're affected 2 different ways, right? We've got the $10,000 property tax limit that definitely is affecting everybody in San Francisco, right? And obviously mortgage rates will be affected adversely, and they will go up. So if you're about to pull a purchase decision, I would make that sooner rather than later, because we know we already have a forecast of at least 3 rate hikes this coming year, could be up to 4. So definitely pull the trigger on that purchase as fast as possible from an interest rate perspective.
Okay, very good. Tax attorney and financial advisor Rebecca Walser, thank you for joining us this morning on The Nine.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, save those pennies.